Yeah. Okay. Okay. And
Hi, everybody. I'm Michael, and this is Julie.
And the Éire.
And welcome to our Solas Inspirational Chats. And tonight we have the wonderful Denise Smyth, Lightworker Candles, and she has a wonderful way of imbuing energy into candles that she creates in her workshop.
So, Denise, it's always a pleasure to see you. I often pop down and have a cup of coffee and then try not to buy up everything in your shop. I think Michael already has his eye on that dragon behind you. But if you'd like to tell our viewers a little bit about yourself and what you do, we obviously love your work. We've purchased your work. We've brought it to a wedding and all. But I think a lot of people will be fascinated, especially since this is your busiest time of the year.
it is. Thank you, Julie, and thank you, Michael, for inviting me. Yes, I got into candle making. I'd say I'm close to 20 years now making
Wow.
candles. My kind of signature candle is what I call a candle lantern. So they're also known as hurricane candles. They are so they're hollow inside. They're made from paraffin wax and added hardener. And I used to be able to put a tea light inside them, but they've discontinued my wax this year. And the substitute, I wouldn't be confident that it would withstand the heat from the tea light. So I'm just supplying people with the battery operated lights. And they work just as well, and they're probably
Lovely.
safer. So basically, in a nutshell, they are personalized for all occasions. I have my own ranges, like my saint range. You have the Saint Brigid. I do an archangel range. And then I would do some small generic, maybe remembrance or communions, confirmations. But the most, I suppose, my real bread and butter work is the remembrance. Especially this time of year, I do a lot for people. So people just send me photographs, names, and poems or prayers, lyrics to a song, and I put them together. I do up the design, and when they're happy with the design, I go ahead because I have a background in graphic design.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. So yeah, it's I've been making them so long now, and I still enjoy it. I still love it. I've learned a lot from making mistakes. I just self-taught. I actually saw them online many years ago, and I thought that they were the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. And I said, you know what, I'm going, because I always had a creative project on the go, even when I wasn't working in graphic design. And I saw these, and I said, I'm going to learn how to make those. So I did, and I did YouTube tutorials. I did my research, and I just started, and I've been making them so long now. But basically, they're made in an aluminium mold, and the wax is heated up, probably to about 93 Celsius, poured into the mold, and then the trick is to place the mold into a water bath. And what happens is the wax will harden from the outside in.
Very good.
And then when I get it to the thickness that I need it, I take it out of the water bath, and then the inside, the middle, is still molten wax, and that gets poured back into the wax heater to go again. And then they're just left to cool down, and then there's just a finishing off process.
Yeah. Lovely.
Okay.
Yeah, because as Julie said, we brought one, a friend of ours, Brian and Maria.
A wedding one, yes.
Wedding one, yes. And you know, people were fascinated by it. And Julie, as you know, as the Celtic priestess, did the ceremony, and it was right in place on the, I suppose you call it an altar.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, no, it was really nice. And everybody was fascinated with them. And I know that a lot of our friends have gone to see you and to your candles and that, you know, it's really wonderful.
And as you mentioned too, we have a Brigid one, and we know some of our friends who bought the Brigid also because it's so unique. But even your name, Denise, is unique. Lightworker. Would you like to tell us where that came from? Apart from spirit, obviously, I'm assuming, but there might be a little story there because it's a great name.
Yeah, well, Yeah, I've always been spiritual. I probably awakened in my, I'd say, early 20s. And I read everything, I listened to everything. And I used to listen to a lot of Lee Carroll channeling Cryon, and he just referred to us as light workers, and I loved that term. I thought, yeah, but it's also a play on a candle maker. So
Yeah.
people that it means nothing to just think, oh, light worker, so she makes candles. But the people that get it, they would come and say, oh, the name of it brought me into your shop, and we'd have great chats. And
Yeah.
that's, I love that.
Yeah. And your shop where you are, I know you were up in, was it Wells
We
House?
were in Wells House for nearly 8 years.
Yeah.
We started there in 2012, and then we left in 2020. We had the space. So my shop is in a converted barn
Yeah, it's
because I live
lovely.
on a farm. We've got a farmyard, and my workshop that I'm sitting in is a converted cow house. Uh, and we had that shop before we ever went to Wells with a business in mind. We had it renovated, but we didn't know at the time. I was only starting out with my candles, and we didn't know what kind of a business. And then we got into Wells in Christmas 2012, and we started the shop the following April. And I knew at the time that the candles, people didn't know about them. I said, I'm going to need other stuff in the shop to sell to make the rent every week. We were catering mostly to a day tripper in Wells House. So I just had a small budget, and I bought in a few bits that I thought would complement what I did, and also stuff that I would buy, because I was always drawn to kind of esoteric spiritual shops. And so I
Yeah.
got my incense and a few angels, a few crystals, and we never looked back. And then people would ask me if I could get things. I said, if I can get them, I'll get them. And then that's how the shop just grew over the years. Customers had a great input in the shop. Yeah. So we moved. She closed Wells down for about 6 months during the COVID year, and we had to move the shop. So I moved up, and I never looked back, and I never went back. But it's all the shops are gone down there now. It's changed hands. Yeah.
Yes. Great. Well, Denise, we're going to put all the details about your shop and your website
Lovely.
description.
Thank you.
Because I'm sure people would like to get in touch with you. And I know myself, I've been able to get in touch with you online and look at things and then pay online. And it's a great service because you can deliver things too. And can I just say thank you so much for joining us. Michael and I know you personally, and we think your work is fantastic. So we're delighted in the midst of your schedule that you could pause and chat to us. And hopefully lots of viewers will be checking out your website and purchasing that very important Christmas candle.
Yes. So I do. I also have a range of the scented container candles. I got some lovely aromatherapy candles and hand-rolled beeswax and wax melts, and lots of candle delights.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful.
Super.
And I always find going to your shop, with the crystals and the angels and your statuettes and everything. It's just, it's fascinating. Like Judy says, we go in and you just want to buy everything. And, I look around the house and all the stuff.
I know people say it's a dangerous shop to come into.
Well, absolutely, and even, during one of our events, you came up and you brought some of your stuff up here and displayed it in our healing cabin, in the Solas Healing cabin, and that was wonderful as well. And, there was an interest in it, which is great. And, light workers seek out light workers, they really do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I've always said the people that need to find our shop will find it, because we just vibrate. We're on the same frequency, and they always do. And they come in, and some people have been looking for the shop for years, and they finally find us. And I say, yes, of course you found us,
Yeah,
Absolutely.
great, absolutely.
It's all in divine timing.
So listen, we may see you over
Absolutely.
Christmas, but if we don't, have a very, very nice, peaceful Christmas.
Indeed.
And an abundant 2025. And sure, we will see you shortly.
Yes. Nola Conagwich. Thank you.
Thank you, Denise. Talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you, guys.